Good afternoon, colorists. I am Mia Luyando with Badass Art, back again to finish our portrait in Honeybee Hollow, Land of Loredale. We've been working on this little bee lady for a couple of days now, and I think I'm happy with her right now. We've been using the Posca pencils. Been doing a review on those. They are an oil-based pencil. They're kind of a harder core pencil, but they're incredibly pigmented. It does not take a lot of pressure on these pencils to get some color. I recommend them. I am going to add a link in the description below if you want to give them a try. They're definitely one of my top 5, I would say top 5 favorite pencils, and it's, taken me a while to do this review, but now that I have done it, I'm glad that I did. I understand that a few of you have gotten your own sets and that you like them as well, and I'm super glad about that. This weekend I'm doing an Indra Morandi Indra Macroom review with a lighter skin tone portrait. We'll also be doing a Crayola Colors of the World lighter skin tone review. And let's see, what else? Caran d'Ache Luminance. But without further ado, we've had, and I say we, a lot of AI hatred over the past couple of years, but also, kind of a frown at digital art. And I've been doing this for a lot of years, and I've used Photoshop when it wasn't even called Photoshop. It was still just called Adobe, and it was, I think, 1990. I'm gonna date myself here, and everybody thought it was evil and horrible. It was going to be the end of art as we knew it. It was just a change. I think all of us use Adobe Photoshop in one way or another, or have at some point, to edit a photo, crop a photo, something. It's all in how we use art. These images that I create in these coloring books are based on pictures that I have sketched and painted and drawn over the last 30 years. Land of Loredale is not something new, it's just a new name. And I put these images in and recreate cousins, I call them, cousin images. And yes, you can color these images with pencils to make them look digitally rendered, if you are patient and you don't mind taking your time. And that's what we're going to learn today. So I thought we would do like a soft focus background, kind of a watercolor wash looking thing. I've done this in other pictures that are on my profile. You're welcome to have a look. I'm going to start with kind of a turquoise teal color. I've kind of been shaking it in front of the camera. These pencils do not have color names, unfortunately. We just kind of have these nifty color tabs on the end. And so I'm going to be using a variety of blue, green, and yellow for the background. I want it to look like a flower garden out of focus in the background. That's kind of what I'm going for. We'll see if I actually achieve it, but the adventure of trying will be fun nonetheless. When I say place the colors randomly, that's exactly what I mean. Don't overthink it. Grab about 10 colors of greens or pinks or whatever colors you choose for this background. Choose about 10 colors and just lay them down beside you and seriously randomly pick them up. That's what makes it random, and that's what makes it look so good. Okay, so I am going to just start and very lightly just pick a spot, and I just kind of color block it, but there's not any kind of actual block. Sometimes I follow the grayscale shading in the back, and sometimes I don't. But kind of what I'm doing is mimicking like a puffy cloud or a leaf or what I think a flower shape might look like. And it doesn't have to have any rhyme or reason. That's why it's called random. I'm going to grab a different color. And don't be afraid to take that right up to the edge. And as you can see, there's really no shape. It's just a winding, kind of wandering blob of color. And I'm going to grab a different, I just reach over, I don't even look. I've pre-selected these colors. That's the colors that I want in the background. And whatever I grab is what's going on the page. Now this is all personal preference. You can make it as dark or as light as you want. I like to kind of roll my colors into each other, just sort of, make them blend completely. You kind of where you can't decide where one starts and one ends. But this is uniquely you. Make it look exactly how you want. If you want these blocks of color to be larger, darker, absolutely do your thing. It definitely will frame the picture, kind of make it pop. And obviously the more times you go over this, the lighter your hand, the smoother you lay this color down, the more seamless it's going to look, and the more of a nod to digital art. But it's not. But it is definitely achievable. I put this yellow color, but I think that might be too close to our headpiece there, so I'm going to skip that. Just kind of stay with the blues and greens. Remember, it's just random shapes. Nice and slow, super easy hands. You don't want a lot of pressure on these pencils. They deliver so much pigment. It's crazy. And I am just barely touching this pencil to the paper. And the trick to making it look more like a watercolor wash is really overlapping those colors and just really going in smoothly with the light hand, overlapping. Nice and easy, slow circles. I know I say it a lot, but that's the trick to it. And there we are so far. And this little thing up here is like a little mini wing, and we'll do something with that. I hope this has been helpful. If there are other things that you want to see, just drop me a message or leave me a comment. It's looking good. And we're kind of getting close to 25 minutes in this video. It's a little longer than I usually like them to be, but I think you guys are getting the gist of it. It's definitely fun. It's not a hard thing. If you just stay random, you don't overthink your colors or your random blobs, for lack of a better word. Just kind of think of it as an out of focus flower garden behind her, and you're just zoomed in incredibly close and all the colors have run together, and that's what you're capturing. Choose your colors beforehand, that way you don't have to worry about searching around. Make sure that you choose them randomly, that way it looks exactly like what it is. It is random, and don't overthink it. There's no wrong way to do this. Maybe we'll do some Neocolor backgrounds coming up. And for those of you who don't have Neocolors, we'll grab a thing of inexpensive watercolors from Walmart, or just something super cheap, a couple of dollars, and show you how you can make it look exactly the same as Neocolors. Neocolors are probably more fun, but we'll try them both. I'm trying to keep the yellow away from the gold, so it's not too overpowering. Okay, we have one side done, and I will leave you guys to it. I'm sure you can work out the other side, and I am so excited to see your posts in the group and on your personal pages. I am so excited to see all of your posts with any of the badass images. thank you guys so much for hanging in there with me through this Posca pencil tutorial and this review of our little bee lady here from the Honeybee Hollow Badass Art Book. I hope everyone has a great weekend. I will be back Saturday or Sunday, probably Sunday, with that light skin tutorial. That'll give me time to get everything recorded. In the meantime, I hope everyone has a great weekend.